Right, I'm off. Okay, so I bet you're thinking this is an academic. I think I'm the only academic here, and there's no way he's going to keep to 5 minutes, so I will do my best. Try to be snappy. Okay, so brilliant introduction to CVSL. So we are a small research centre. We are funded by a small philanthropic donation to the university by an alumnus of the Open University. We have 3 years, so rather like Brexit, the sands of time are ticking on us in the space of time we have to make an impact. We're funded for 3 years, as I say. We focus on small organisations in the voluntary sector in particular, making a difference to them, making a difference to their leadership. That is our mission, if you like. So what do? We focus on research, inevitably being part of a university, and we've been very fortunate to bring in a number of research projects. Worth mentioning the Lloyds Bank Foundation funded work on the value of small that we're engaged in at the moment. And we're also doing work around mental health, which is obviously very topical at the moment. And we're very keen to work with all of you in the room to disseminate that research in a very sort of traditional way, getting that research out there. But we're also quite uniquely, I think, well placed within the Open University to make take huge advantage of the work that the Open University has done around open access courses. And we have a range of open access courses available, specifically focused on voluntary sector topics, as well as you won't be surprised to hear a wider range of topics as well that may be of interest. In particular, courses on the voluntary sector, but also on leadership within the voluntary sector. And these are, as I say, free, open access. And one of the great challenges, if you like, that we have with the open access courses is that obviously they are sort of online, fully open, but kind of embedding them locally, making them relevant to people in their local kind of practice is a real challenge. So we're very keen to work with you, to engage with you locally, to kind of embed those courses, and that's the kind of thing that we've been working on over this year and into the next year. We've also been doing a lot of thinking about what leadership really means and what it means for the voluntary sector in particular. We like to think of leadership as a kind of magic concept. It's a magic concept that means a lot it kind of means almost anything to many people. It's endlessly flexible. And actually kind of pinning down a definition of leadership is really difficult. It's like pinning jelly to a wall. And yet it does seem to matter. It does seem to make a difference. It's rather like the kind of magic of charity in itself. When you see it in action, you can see it making a real difference, and it making a difference to people's lives. It's making a difference to organisations and to making a difference to beneficiaries. So is leadership the solution? We would suggest no, it's not the magic bullet. It's not the only part. It is part of the picture, though. One of the things that we've been using the courses to do is to get people to think more critically about leadership, and in particular thinking about the problems around leadership being kind of invested in one individual. Think about leadership in a more collective sense, and particularly in a more collaborative ways of thinking about leadership. So that can mean a number of different things. It means thinking about people's leadership development needs, about bringing through the younger generation of leaders. Often go out to organisations and you see one kind of key inspiring individual leader, but they need to bring on the next generation, and we see that quite a lot. So it's not a magic bullet, but it is something that can be improved. We can improve people's practice, and that can make a real difference. So as I say, the role of our courses is really to get people to think more critically about leadership, and by that I mean sort of questioning their own practice and reflecting, and that's something we do with the courses, which really works really well, and we get really good feedback about the way people are kind of responding to the courses, and we find that it makes a real difference to them. Thank you. So on that note, collaboration is really important as well, and we see that in the voluntary sector in all sorts of ways in which people work across different levels. We see chief executives working with trustees and working across sectoral boundaries, so collaboration is really, really important, and again we stress that. We have a whole course available which is about collaboration and getting people to improve their collaborative practice. And we see that really across the different challenges for sector leaders. We see in our research, we see the effects of enduring austerity, declining resources. I'm sure we've heard a lot about that already today. We see that all over the place. And it's creating real pressures for organisations and for leaders facing those challenges. We see a lot of people managing the tensions between collaboration and competition, and we see that on a day-to-day basis, particularly across infrastructure organisations. And these are things that people can think about when they think about leadership and how they can improve their leadership. Sharing leadership is really important. I'm being drawn to a close as predicted. Academic went on for too long. Just a key message, we're here, we're available to work with you. We want to engage across the sector. We want to embed our courses locally, and we want to spread the word. So I'm very keen to have a conversation about that. Thank you.